Hello everyone and welcome. Today I will be making some soft molasses cookies. Now, where I grew up in Pennsylvania, molasses was always a big part of our baked goods up there. We would do molasses crumb pies, also known as shoe fly pie, and of course molasses cookies. That's another popular item. So some people like to make the hard molasses cookies, but I'll be doing the soft molasses cookies today. So first of all, we'll get started with 1 cup of sugar, half a cup of butter or margarine. Now I will be making these cookies vegan, but you can just make them regular with the recipe that's down below in the description. So we have our butter or margarine. We have a half a cup of shortening. The next ingredient is 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. So like I said, again, I'm making this vegan, but you can use regular sour cream and make it with dairy, that's fine. I'm going to be using a dairy alternative that I buy at the local health food store, Nassau Health Foods. But you can also usually find it in your grocery store as well over near the sour cream. Let me show you that. Okay, this is by Forager, and it's organic and it's plant-based. And I want to say I spent maybe like $3.99, I think it was, or $3.79, something like that, in Nassau Health Foods, and it's a 12-ounce container. This is great. Like I buy it a lot of times, and I throw in some like seasoning and stuff and make dips and that with it. I'll show you what it looks like. So here's what it looks like. Looks just like sour cream. I think it tastes like sour cream. Of course, I haven't eaten sour cream in a while, so for me, I think it's just as good. It's it's sour like sour cream is. It's not quite as thick. You can see it's a little bit thinner consistency than regular sour cream. The other quarter to make 3/4 of a cup. Okay. After that, the star of the show ingredient is the molasses. Here's the container that I have. I just set over here because it's kind of sticky. If you've ever used molasses, it does make a bit of a mess. So I use the black strap molasses. You can buy whatever kind you want. You can order it off of Amazon. You can go to your local grocery store or health food store and buy it. This was a 32-ounce jar of it, and I bought this up in New York at that Mennonite store that I like, Nolt's, and it was only $2.95. That was a great deal. Now down here I was checking some of the prices, and for a container like this, it's probably like $10 or maybe even a little bit more. So that was definitely a good deal. Next time I'm up there, I'm definitely going to get some more of that. Okay, so we need a half a cup of that. Just pour that in. And then the next ingredient is going to be 1 egg. And again, you can just use a regular egg if you'd like. Because I'm making this vegan, I use the Bob's Red Mill egg replacer. 1.5 teaspoons of the mix with 2 tablespoons of lukewarm water. I usually just heat it up just a little bit in the tea kettle. And I stirred that up really well. It's all ready to go. Pour it in there. And get this ready, and I'll mix it up. Okay, we're back, and the wet ingredients are all mixed up. Next is going to be our dry ingredients. We're going to do 3 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. And do 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. All right, we'll get that in and get it mixed up. Okay, our cookie dough is all ready. Here it is, all mixed up. I'm gonna take a cookie tray and put some release foil on, my favorite, and scoop it up onto the tray. I do leave quite a bit of room in between the cookies because these cookies will spread out quite a bit. And I'm gonna bake them at 350 degrees, so I did preheat my oven. We'll just get these cookies on the tray. I'm thinking I'm probably only gonna put about maybe 8 on each tray just so I don't have them run into each other. We'll see how these turn out. I'm thinking maybe 8 might be a little bit too much on a tray. So I think the next tray I'm going to try to only put 6 on, and we'll compare to see how they turn out. All of the cookies are trayed up. I did different amounts on each tray because, like I said, I'm a little afraid about them spreading out. And what I'm going to do before I put them in the oven, I got out a little bit of sugar, and I'm going to put a little bit of sugar sprinkled on top of each one. Now you can also use colored sugar if you like to. You know, I probably would use maybe like a yellow or something like that, something where it stands out a little bit, not anything dark like red or green. But if you wanted to, you know, for the holidays, you want to put some red and green sugar on top of the molasses cookies, you definitely could do that. And we're going to get the tray in the oven. I'll get my first tray in. I'm going to do the one right here with the 8 to see how much it spreads out. Okay, get that in the oven. And finish up putting the sugar on the rest of my cookies. Okay, so it's been about 12 minutes, and I'm gonna get the first tray out. Oh, they look good. Looks like they didn't spread out too much. They're perfect. So I probably could have gone and put 8 cookies on this tray, but that's okay. I'm gonna do 6. All right, and we'll get that started. Hey everyone, thank you so much. We are back. I made about 24 cookies altogether, and here's a few of the finished cookies. I will be also doing some more cooking videos in the future with molasses. I'll be doing shoe fly pies and cake, which is the same recipe. It's just you're putting it into a pie shell, and I'll show you one of my favorite pie shell recipes as well. The thing about molasses is that you can add it to other things. So when you get a jar of molasses and you say, well, I only use a half a cup, it lasts for a long time. Usually it lasts like 2 or 3 years. And you could also put it into baked beans and other items too that you make. So stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for joining me today.